The world is too big, and you got two big characters. For one,
who brought the same energy.
Things that we could do together. There's so many people that we could bring together, but yet you got an attitude about what? You are a grown 50-year-old or about to be 50, whatever.
No, he like 52, 53.
You are. You're 50-something years old. You're twice my elder. Whatever you want to call it. I have no issue with you. But you continue to talk about me, I'm gonna have to come to you.
This will be my last time addressing this. The real Superman has 4 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I remember we was playing them, and Shaq was playing for Boston.
Ooh.
That was when Shaq
was
that good.
Yeah.
He just laughed.
Yeah, we don't talk about Boston Shaq.
This?
We don't
Oh
talk
my
about
God,
Boston
this look disgusting. Like he pulling
Pulling
a chair on him, laughing at him. I'm like, oh man.
And this athletic Dwight though.
Yeah, this is.
I just go up there and get it.
Yeah, this is right before the back.
Get that in the dub. Yeah.
He was on one. I'm like, oh yeah, he about to get us all choked the fuck.
Yeah, we don't speak about Celtic Shaq.
Yeah.
Okay. So in today's video, we got to talk about Dwight Howard, man. It's looking like Dwight Howard finally put an end to this beef with Shaq, man. We have been covering Shaq and Dwight Howard beef over the past couple of years on this YouTube channel. And yeah, guys, their beef recently has started back up when they started going at each other on their podcast.
Listen, I did Dwight Howard podcast yesterday. Yeah. And he did his introduction and he called himself Superman and I didn't know what to do. I had to look away. Because you got Superman on your gate. That's just wild.
I'm the original Superman.
All right, I'm aware.
My whole thing him is if you're gonna call yourself me, do more than me or do what I've done. Nowhere close. But then from a street sense, if you call yourself Superman, everybody know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be called Superman. I'll let you figure that part out.
So Dwight Howard revealed on the Dan Patrick Show recently that he had finally got a chance to confront Shaq. Dwight Howard has been the main guy that has been saying that he wanted to confront Shaq or he just wanted to get to the bottom of it. And Shaq has been kind of pushing him to the side like he just doesn't matter. You know, Shaq always would constantly change the conversation. Oh, I'm not going to talk to you if you don't have an NBA ring. Dwight Howard gets the NBA ring, then it's like, oh, well, you wasn't the main star of the team. Oh, well, you don't have this in your accolades. You know, Shaq constantly moved the goalpost when it comes to Dwight Howard and their beef. But Dwight Howard said he finally had the chance to get up and confront Shaq. Let's check out this clip right here. And if you stuck around this long already, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help support my YouTube channel, guys. I really do appreciate that. Let's check out this clip right here.
You think you and Shaq will ever be friends?
Yes. We actually, I saw him in Orlando actually after I was inducted into the Hall of Fame. I was out at a restaurant eating with my family and my friends. And the owner said that Shaq was actually at the restaurant. And I said, I'm going to go talk to him. And everybody was like, what? I said, yes, I'm going to go talk to him. I got up, went over to where he was at, shook his hand, asked could we have a minute alone. And we had a real good conversation. And I was very happy about it. We expressed some things. And yeah, the next time you see both of us together, we'll talk about the stuff that we had a sit down about. But it was a really good talk, and I'm glad that the universe, everything worked out perfectly for us to be in Orlando at the same place at the same time to have a conversation.
But when did it go south or sideways between you two?
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
I really believe that it was outside noise and people, he say, she say, and stuff like that. And then now it made both of us irritated. So when I hear something on TV that he says, I'm pissed off about it, and I'm responding to him, and vice versa. And to be honest, I'm just like, man, we too old for this. You know, we have children, we have people who look up to us, and you know, we both mean a lot to a lot of people in this world. We both done some amazing things, and you know, we don't need this. I don't like it. I grew up watching Shaq. I respect him as a player and the man and the businessman that he is. When his father passed away years back, I was one of the first people to reach out because I knew how much that, you know, losing his father, you know, was hurting him. And I really, as a young man, looking up to somebody like, Shaq is like my big brother.
So that's what Dwight Howard said about him confronting Shaq face to face over their beef. And he finally got to the bottom of it. And he is saying that they are in a good place, man. So hopefully, we won't see too many back and forth tweets, as you guys can see right here that I have highlighted. These are recent tweets from Shaq and Dwight Howard going at it online. And, it was just getting too personal. It was spilling over into social media. It was spilling over to these guys talking about pulling up, and Dwight was like, yo, I'm about to pull up to your show Inside NBA on TNT. And, it was just getting way too messy for these guys to be how old they are, man. It's just really unfortunate that, for one, that this beef lasted this long. And now, finally, Dwight got to the bottom of it by, pulling up to Shaq, because Shaq is not going to be the bigger person and go to Dwight Howard, even though Shaq is way older than Dwight. Shaq is not going to be that guy to go try to break the ice and like, oh, me and Dwight is in the same restaurant. Let me go talk to Dwight. No, Shaq would have just stayed in the corner and ignored Dwight Howard like the asshole he is, in my opinion. But, Dwight Howard has been pulling up to a lot of people recently, like Kevin Garnett, as you guys can see in the video footage right here. Dwight Howard pulled up to KG, and we all know what happened with Dwight Howard and KG on the NBA court. As you can see, this is Dwight Howard and KG getting into it. And they had a grown man conversation because at the end of the day, the NBA is long past these guys.
When we got into it, I was like, man, this is my favorite player. We about to fight. Now, listen, I haven't wanted smoke in a very long time. I wanted smoke. I wanted so much smoke that I got dressed early because other people don't know that when we left the court, we were still in the back trying to. Yeah, and I was like, man, what am I? I caught myself I was in the dock. I had a wife beat on, and I was ready to, you know what I'm saying? Man, I looked up and I saw my wife and my kid walk out. I stopped out of dumbass nigga, they don't kick out the leave and it ended all. So, my man Cajun always get me too. And this is the locker room. So I walk past it first. It's KG. All right, let me go holler at him. So that's when I came in. And I was just like, man, why it seems like we always got beef when we playing? The realest things I've ever had somebody do to me. And too, Dwight, I had never heard that perspective. Yeah. We come in the drug test, and Dwight walked by, he saw me in here, he came in. I didn't know what you was on, stood right up. I said, what's up, big bro? What's up? And he was like, nah, I ain't on that industry. I want to holler at you. I ain't never had a player talk or initiate conversation like that. So it made me come off the throttle because I had never heard you say that. I had never heard you say, always just battle. Yeah. From that moment on, man, I dropped the level, bro. I started fucking with some more of the young guys. You can't fuck with everybody, bro. You gotta have an edge. And that was the first part of me changing it. So I want to say thank you for that, because it took a bunch of humbleness to come in here and initiate that conversation. And it took a humbleness for me to actually take them steps. I want to appreciate you for that, because that was a one-on-one.
The fact that Shaq can't just let that shit go, whatever it is, basketball or something personal or over a nickname, like Dwight Howard has been saying for quite some time, is that he's retired now. NBA is in his past. The NBA has been in Shaq's past for well over a decade. It's like, come on, man. Put this basketball petty stuff to the side. Let's pull up to each other like grown men. Have the conversation, get to the bottom of it, and then we can just move on from it. So, yeah, man, I expect the podcast episode is looking like that's what Dwight Howard was saying, that they may have a podcast episode. They do both have podcasts. And yeah, man, they may talk about confrontation and Dwight Howard pulling up, how they got to the end, and how they got to resolve their beef and end it, man. So y'all get in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about that. And don't forget to hit that like button if you made this far in the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.